Welcome to the grand final! We're kicking things off in our best of 7 with Cursed. Hello everybody! And it is gonna be wild. So there's a couple of things that we immediately need to talk about, especially how this match is now set up. But before we do that, again a reminder, there's $1,000 on the line in prize money. This tournament has been hosted on a North American server, was always designed to be an NA tournament. We invited mainly the NA teams, where 2 European teams participate as well. HGC, EU Lul with Dino and Hanzo Ops, plus the SL Enjoyers. They made it into the top 6. That's where Hanzo's team got eliminated. And the Enjoyers at least made it into the top 4, into the final phase, but then they had to yield. They took 4th place in total. European teams obviously playing cross-server on the NA server with the ping disadvantage. That played a bit of a role here too, but right now we have the final NA teams fighting things out. Squeal Team 6 took 3rd place, and we now have the big grand final with the 30k team moving all the way through the winner bracket and ending up in the grand final here. The Anti-Clown Association making a full loser bracket run to end up in this spot. So now they are fighting their 3rd series in a row. And because they're coming from the winner bracket, the blue team has a couple of advantages. They were allowed to take the map, and they were allowed to decide whether they want to have first pick, first ban. And the interesting thing here is they decided against it. They chose the map, but they said, we don't want to have first pick. We prefer second pick in the situation. So pretty interesting. I find it super cool. I want to see what they're now doing with the draft. They came in as the big favorite in this tournament. I mean, 30k in the round robin phase, for example, they obliterated opponent. It was ridiculous. They lost a single map. That's all that they lost. And then in the winner bracket final, if you haven't watched it yet, I highly recommend that you go back on YouTube and you check it out, because it was insane. 30k against Squeal Team 6 was a blast, an absolute blast, and they barely made it into the grand final. So now we find ourselves in a situation where there's no rematch happening. Squeal Team wasn't able to just go for that big loser bracket run and end up in the grand final again. They lost in the previous round against the Anti-Clown Association, who now have a chance to win the entire tournament. So now we're heading into map number 1 of the best of 7 series. The blue team still the team to beat, from the beginning the favorite. We're having Sylvanas as a first pick for Roger. It has been a consistent pick for him the entire time. Hanzo gets picked by Madara, and we got Liam now on Urel. So a lot of power picks and really priority picks for the blue team already, as Murden and Hogger get chosen by the Anti-Clown Association. And it's going to be a potential wild one. So we had 2 map bans. Battlefield of Eternity was banned, and All Direct Pass. Apparently I'm not the only one that is getting a little bit tired of seeing All Direct Pass in every single series in this specific tournament. So it seems that the Anti-Clown Association also said, you know what, we had enough All Direct Pass for a while, let's just ban this one out. Noteworthy also, there's no draft rules here, so we memingly named this the Hanzo Genji Cup for a reason, without any rules that would forbid teams to pick a hero more than once in the series, without any pre-bans or any other shenanigans. It is highly likely that you're going to see Hanzo and Genji picked a lot throughout all of these games, and it has essentially already happened. So we wanted to use this also as a bit of a contrast to the tournament systems that we've been using over the last couple of years. So right now in this one, it's just a vanilla tournament, standard rules, no curveballs, yeah, nothing like that. Okay, so with the bans coming in the last and final few, we're having the double pick now. Tracer gets banned. Q has been playing that a lot. Instead, he now falls back onto Genji, and since they're picking Anduin together with that pick, not only are they fully embracing the name of the tournament and the meme, they go for Hanzo Genji, but they're also comboing it with Anduin, which now means that they have Light Bomb to engage into the fight and to try and absolutely kill it here. Valamar on Uther in the meantime, as the support for the red team, for the Anti-Clown Association. And the final pick for the team is Dehaka. So we have 3 frontliners now. Dehaka going to control the side lane a lot with the global. Caterpillar, very late with his pick here, has actually banned out Diablo. Could still go for Johanna here. Garrosh is up. Lots of strong tanks still up that he could play here. But he has traditionally been picking his hero a lot sooner than this. Now he's last pick on map number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, we're heading into Cursed Hollow. 30k is going up against the Anti-Clown Association, and our last pick is Jojo. Game number 1 in the grand final. Let's go. 30K, the big favorite for such a long time this tournament. Can they now crown their tournament run with the championship title as an achievement, or is the Anti-Clown Association ruining their day? Over on the left side in blue, we got Cure on Genji, the who's who of the NA esports scene in Heroes of the Storm, with Liam on Urel, Madara on Hanzo, Legacy on Anduin, and Caterpillar with Johanna. On the right side of the map, we got the Anti-Clown Association with Mason Blaze on Dehaka. We got Roger on Sylvanas, Valamar on Uther, got Filth on Mirrodin, and Kelsia is playing Hogger. Now, the interesting part is actually that Caterpillar, who loves to play Diablo himself, has banned, or has made sure that they are banning Diablo against the red team, and for very good reason. God Filth is playing a filthy Diablo, an absolute insane one. So it was super impressive to just see them crush it with Diablo time and time again. And the pick also played a massive role just in the last series on the final map when the Anti-Clown Association was playing against Squeal Team 6. So, well, we're starting off with the game, and while teams are currently looking to rotate between the lanes, also a quick info or a quick PSA for everybody watching this on YouTube right now. Guys, I would really appreciate it if you could help a little bit. There's one thing that I would like to accomplish at the latest at some point this year, and that is to get the subscriber count on the YouTube channel up to 100K. Very selfish reasons. I want to have one of these plaques. I've been now holding the line for the Heroes of the Storm esports scene for the last 6 years, ever since Blizzard killed HGC, and it would be awesome if we could get the channel to a much higher sub count and maybe get to the 6 digits. I want to have one of those sweet little YouTube plaques in at my place at some point. So doesn't cost you anything. If you could hit that sub button, I would very much appreciate it. And also in the context of Stormgate coming out, if you want more Heroes of the Storm content in the future and the focus not solely shift to Stormgate over time, then that would also set a pretty big signal. So if you could hit the sub button if you haven't done it yet, I know that most of you watching right now haven't done that yet. I would really much appreciate it. Level 4 talents kicking in, and we actually get Sledgehammer. Sledgehammer is in the house on this one. Right. So down at the bottom of the map, God Filth is already sitting tight there. And well, I'm actually a little bit curious on what he's going to do with that level 4 choice, because at the end of the day, you can still use some plays for, I guess, structures. You can use it around bosses too, but it's not what I would have expected for him to get here. So, interesting. Let's keep an eye on that. Level 4 gives us also the Unstable Poison. Hanzo is, of course, still playing this out. We got Mason Blaze now up at the top, doing his thing here. In the meantime, in the middle of the map, everybody is still just moving around with Roger, of course, utilizing Sylvanas, and the first tribute now spawning, which means that the teams are slowly starting to get ready for that. I absolutely love this map, by the way. I really, really like it. It's awesome. I've talked about it in the past. 2 bosses gives you a lot of options already, but the tribute mechanic is also quite nice. And yeah, you can definitely go for a lot of different strategies here in order to make some plays. Top side, they want to go for Liam, but the lick is missing, and Mason Blaze is immediately starting to orientate himself towards the bottom of the map again to try and potentially participate in one of the fights here. So Madara is just sitting tight. They know that they can't simply pick this up. Got Filth sitting at the side. Hits the Storm Ball. Nice. And they might be able to get a kill. But Anduin wants to ruin the play and is able to pull it off. And now Kelsia went a bit too deep and pays the price. Hogger is gone. Hogger got eliminated. Bye-bye, my friend. So easy kill against him. And that is first blood for 30K. They're throwing Mirrodin for a bit of a loop here too, and Cure has channeled successfully on tribute number 1. Oh, nice, even a bit of a play for Uther now, but Filth jumped in, tried to connect another Stormbolt, wasn't able to do so. Only a single kill, but again, they got the tribute as a result, so that's already a nice start into game number 1 for the team in this best of 7 series. So in the middle, attacks also still ongoing. Mason Blaze gets attacked again, is able to get out. Yeah, Q had a couple of really interesting moments also in yesterday's matches. There were 1 or 2 games where he really seemed to struggle a bit, but then in others, specifically the Towers of Doom game against Wheel Team 6 comes to mind, where with Tracer he absolutely bodied everybody in his path. It's one of the reasons why Tracer is consistently getting banned against him right now, because he well, as I say it, he actually gets killed on Genji. So yeah. The caster curse is hitting hard on this one. He was amazing on Tracer. Tracer got banned as a result, and instead he now picked Genji, and well, yeah, Genji gets killed. So it's the counter kill that the team has been waiting for, and Cure gets crushed over here. But again, it is what it is. So with that said and done now, we have the next tribute very likely ending up in the hands of the red team. Position for it is just so much better for them. So yeah, that's the one that they are grabbing very quickly, and the push from the blue team in the middle is also still ongoing. They have already taken a small lead in experience. I've been highlighting throughout the tournament how good they are at ensuring that they are always pulling a little bit ahead in XP, that they're making the moves at the right time, catching the lane experience and making the plays there. It doesn't really make a difference for the time being. So they weren't able to do anything massive with that small gap on 10 that they were able to get. But again, over time, those are the plays that you want to make, and just slowly inch ahead a bit. Teams are both going for bosses, so a little bit faster here for the blue team, but definitely not enough time to rotate towards the top and throw a wrench into the plans of the Anti-Clown Association. They won't be able to steal that away. But they are able to very quickly go for their own camp over here in the middle, so maybe with a bit more pressure being set up, they can make some plays here too. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what you want to do, obviously. So there's no immediate reaction from the red team. They're now rotating heroes around. They had the Haka, but that was the only one that could start to try and make a bit of a difference for them. Attack still happening over here towards the bot lane, as the rest of the team has now moved towards the top, trying to push with the help of Sylvanas. That's of course the big advantage right now for them. They can enhance this boss push further with Sylvanas, which is why Jojo is already pushing past her, trying to push her away, and we get the meme strike. Now, I've been already highlighting some meme strike plays in previous series, but also at the same time, what I've always pointed out is that the one player where I always have a lot of respect for his meme strike plays is actually Madara. And this is what we might get here now, because he seems to always find the perfect angle to get big value for his team, and we'll see if we can translate that into this game as well. And level 20 with the cooldown reduction is obviously then the crowning achievement to really get value. Legacy, talking about getting value, he's getting value from the heals, is still alive here, and it's a very weird split that we have between the two teams right now. Muradin is waiting for a straight to kick in, I assume, but the rest is already getting chased up at the top. They are just really attacking that. It's basically a pincer movement that they're executing right now. So far, we haven't seen too much happening here yet. Everybody wants that tribute. There's a camp in the middle that is also pushing for the fort, so that might give some value to the Anti-Clown Association. But down here, Hogga is now getting chased. Jojo's again attempting to channel, with the Haka already starting to move in for it. It's a really weird one. Very weird objective. And Uther now trying to channel, but he gets interrupted too. Level 13 will kick in a few seconds though for the red team, so they're actually pulling ahead in experience, and they might be able to capitalize on this. Light bomb engage attempt, and Roger on Sylvanas gets out. He's able to escape, but these fights aren't over, and now 13 is ready. But a good move for Muradin. Got Filth, is low, got hit points, nope. But they're losing Anduin too. No, the meme strike! Big value! They get the kill against Hogga, but Hanzo gets killed too! It's a bloodbath! Kill for a kill! Everybody is losing heroes now. Caterpillar takes the opportunity to fall back onto the tribute and is able to channel it. So they get the second tribute. They're now ahead 2 tributes to 1. We have 3 kills to 3 and nearly even experience. But yeah, damn, that fight was just all over the place. If that is an indicator of things to come in the series, then hey, I'm all for it. I can totally do with another amazing final here. We had the winner bracket final, which was just incredible. And now the grand final might just continue that trend. So the tribute that spawns at the bottom of the map could technically mean curse. There's a chance that the red team is able to pick that up and curse the opponent. Top side fort, by the way, is rather low on the blue team side. Bottom fort has also taken some damage, but the help of Sylvanas earlier as the boss was pushing has obviously made a big difference. And these Sylvanas pushes are getting quite annoying. Roger's Sylph has been banned out multiple times in this tournament, and for a reason. So they're trying to zone them away from Muradin, I suppose. Yeah, angle on the... Oh, Sylvanas gets the Divine Shield. Muradin is hopping away, and they're escaping. But that got dangerous for a moment. I mean, honestly, I really thought they would lose a hero here. But he could already tell what exactly Madara is doing with his early game ults a lot. He was just trying to isolate Muradin, so he aimed it for the rest of them, and that nearly worked out. So over here, fight again, focusing on Hogger for a second, but not the only one. Legacy is also getting targeted and goes down. Here comes the attack against Cure, and he gets away, killed. Vision. The final shot that gets fired drops him. The Anti-Clown Association taking a lead all of a sudden against 30k. Yeah, guys, I'm not quite sure what to tell you here, but 30k dominated in the round robin. They did a fantastic job in the qualifiers, but in the winner bracket final, they struggled against Squeal Team 6. And now, against ACA, things are starting to look a bit more grim too. Madara goes down, he gets eliminated. The fort is getting attacked here, and now they're following it up with a kill against Caterpillar. So, I'm not so sure what to think here, but the tribute is up, and since they're starting, or since they're not starting, they're continuing to lose more heroes, they're gonna lose that tribute. They don't have enough heroes on the map. There's only... yeah. In comes the play against the fort, so that bottom fort gets destroyed too. The Haka has already moved towards the top and is going to take another one out there. So this is getting really dangerous now for 30k. Cure can maybe buy them a little bit of time here, but he also needs to be super careful that he doesn't get hit too hard. And he jumps straight into the tongue. Perfect play by them. Cure X strikes out, isolation hits him, and that's the end of him. What a fantastic play by ACA. That was incredible. That was absolutely incredible. They knew exactly what Cure was trying to do, and they followed him immediately. There's another quick play. Check this one out. They hit him hard right there. He still thinks he can get away. X strikes out, isolation. Then they come in with a Horda pult, and that is the end of Genji. Genji goes down. Curse against 30k. 8 kills to 3. And the Anti-Clown Association is fully in the driver's seat now. I mean, fully. They're looking incredibly strong with this. Now they take Jojo out. And I'm not quite sure what to tell you here, but this is starting to look a bit like a stomp in game number 1. ACA has momentum galore and is likely going to walk away with some keeps destroyed here. And we're talking 13 minutes in the game right now. So 30k is trying their best to somehow bring this back and fight back, but damn are they in trouble. That curse is over. They might just be able to hold on to these keeps after all, but the bottom wall is now getting attacked and basically destroyed too. Bosses are of course up on the map and can now be claimed, but 30k needs to step it up big time if they want to turn that game around. Because, wow, that hurt them a lot. Minion wave at the top, talking about hurt a lot, is going for the... I mean, at the end of the day, once that the boss is taken, I guess that keep falls regardless, no matter what you do. So, there's that. That top side keep is gone, 100%. And now we have at the bottom of the map, well, we have the camp about to be claimed, the boss about to be claimed. Obviously, 30k has already taken 2 tributes earlier. So if they are now able to claim another one, claim the next one, that they can curse the opponent, and that's something that they really need to do, because when you're looking at the experience gap between the two teams, this is half a level until 20 hits for the Anti-Clown Association. And things are gonna get a bit tough for the blue team. So at least down here, the fort is destroyed, so they're able to take the fort out. Boss is marching straight towards the keep here. But talking about going for the keep, top side, this is exactly what you expect. And with them all lining up at the top lane, you have 3 guesses what they're trying to do here. Do you actually think they're assembling all the Avengers just to make it for the keep that is already at 50% HP? Or with a level 20 advantage, do you think they're going to try and end the game here? Yeah, I think we all know where that's headed. So they're going to try and end the game and make the big play. If they can do that, then whew, off we go. Boss, I mean, we're 15 minutes into the game. Here comes the meme strike. Yep, trying to zone them away there. So far, so good, I suppose. But Godfield is low, gets the Divine Shield. So that's at least some pressure. Can they get a kill here? Boss is on the core, but Hanzo takes him out quickly. Madara with really nice plays to ensure that the core is not taking too much damage. The rest of the team is trying to rush away. Core didn't even get scratched. Camp in the middle is doing some work here, and now there's the tribute that could mean curse. But likely it will be left to the red team simply because they have level 20 already. So 30k isn't giving up. They're still fighting. They're fighting tooth and nail on this, trying to ensure that they are taking the lead in the best of 7 series. And half a level to 20. Top side, tribute, again, as expected, is going to be claimed by them. So yeah, that doesn't come as a shock. That doesn't come as a surprise. They're going to be able to take it. So it's the first one after the last curse for the red team. Now, 33,000 damage for Sylvanas, 68,000 damage for Hanzo with all of that poke that he gets. But 30k is just sitting tight. No plays, no moves, taking it easy. Don't want to fall into any of these traps that they are sure are being set. They will have level 20 though for this particular tribute. And this is obviously one that spawns in a fairly decent position for them. So from here on out, this is where you can make your play so that you can get a curse and maybe take the game back. Which is still possible. In structures, they're mega behind. But it's still possible to turn this around with a couple of good team fights. And ACA knows it too, but they have a global. They use the Haka at the top to push for the core. Cure is starting up with the channel. Yeah, alright. Already. Hanzo trying to zone them again. Now he has the cooldown reduction, obviously, so that helps. Muradin is jumping in and wants to make the play there. Muradin is on the move. There's the light bomb engage. Stun is out. Tehaka still debating what to do. Has escorted catapults over to the core. Here he comes, though. And Hogger with the Hauler pull into the backline. Gets the Divine Shield. Madara low. And he gets saved for a second. But then Hogger comes through and takes him down. Catapults on the core of 30k. They are already retreating. They lost Hanzo. They lost Madara. And now Urel, Liam, he's still on the run. The core is about to lose its shield again. But is just barely getting stopped there towards the end. The result is the same though. The tribute goes over to the Anti-Clown Association. And they are absolutely pushing for more damage now. This time it's the keep in the middle that they're aiming at. 10 kills to 3. 30k is in trouble. In real trouble. They're having a massive, massive problem right now. And the Anti-Clown Association is just desperately trying to go for the finishing blow. They're trying to finish this. And honestly, they should. You don't want to give an opponent that is that experienced, that strong, chance after chance to get back into the game. So right here, right now, we're having some big attempts by the red team to finish the game, but they just can't quite crack that nut yet. The keep in the middle has taken a lot of damage though. And they are pushing back. I mean, they're trying to do their best here. But the situation is still fairly similar. It comes down to another attack here for the tribute at the top. And this is one that they have to fight for. They can't suffer another curse. That's 30k, of course. And they need this one. So this is the only shot that they essentially have. Make a play right here and just go for it. They're zoning again. Cure gets interrupted. Light bomb. Tehaka. Isolation. Contagion is in. Hits 3. Hits 4. 4 heroes got connected. And, well, that's Genji gone. And likely this is going to be game. Anduin down. Genji down. Seems like it's a win for the Anti-Clown Association. They are fully in the driver's seat here now, and there's just no defense for this anymore. With 3 heroes dead, Caterpillar desperately trying to rush away, and the curse also take. It's actually the red team that gets cursed now, but I don't think that it makes a difference anymore because nobody is going to be able to save the core here. It's just not going to be possible. They're trying the best they can, but the shield is down for good, and now they're dancing around the core. Unless there's some miracle where they're defeating everybody, this is just going to be it. So that's it. The lead for the Anti-Clown Association, ladies and gentlemen, as the red team takes the victory on Cursed Hollow, and 30k loses game number 1 in the best of 7. GG.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Well, the lead goes to the Anti-Clown Association, so this could get a lot more interesting than most people expected, I'd say. Now, again, quick reminder, the series in the winner bracket final was insanely close. Back then, 30k played against Squeal Team 6 and was barely able to win it. What happened in the losers bracket was that Squeal Team 6 lost without taking a single map then to the Anti-Clown Association, who has now just taken the lead against 30k. Is 30k just off a little bit right now? Are they not warmed up yet? Did one or two of their players just not appear in time and they couldn't get a proper warm-up in? Or what's happening here? Either way, if you're a 30k fan, you should probably be a little bit worried about what's going on, because that is not a good start into the best of 7. And in the best of 7 series, you have plenty of opportunities to recover. One bad game does not make the match, but this is obviously a bit of a trend that should worry people. We had utter dominance from them in the qualifiers, in the round robin, and now all of a sudden, looking at the finals here, things start to, I don't want to say fall apart, but look a little bit more tricky for them. Now game number 2 is going to tell us a lot. If they're now coming back with a vengeance, then obviously, again, you can shrug game 1 off and they're like, alright, they're back, they're ready. But if they're losing a second map here, then yeah, then we're in for quite an interesting one. Caterpillar picks Diablo. They decided on the first map, as I already told you earlier, that they didn't want to have first pick, first ban. Now they changed their tune on this a little bit, and now they're starting things up with first pick, and they're picking Diablo here on Infernal Shrines. We have Hogger and Hanzo against them. So, yeah, those are the first 2 picks for the red team. Roger this time with Hanzo, so we don't get Sylvanas unless they want to lock her in afterwards and, you know, then swap heroes around a little bit. But Hogger already, really nice choice for them, of course. But, yeah, they're targeting Legacy with some of, well, with basically all of their early game bans now. Even allowing Cure to technically go for Maiev. So Maiev was still open, she could be banned now, but a lot of the teams, what they decided to do after Cure played Maiev a couple of times is that they consistently ban her and then mostly target also his Tracer later down the road. But here they are more worried about Legacy apparently than anything else. Final ban though, is it going to be a ban against Cure or what is the choice here? They go for Chromie. Yeah, they think that Madara might be on Chromie and that they're swapping Tychus over to somebody else. So they're trying to get rid of that right away. Alright. Let's see how far that goes for them. Mephisto gets banned too. So a couple of mages are getting the axe on the final ban pattern. Which leaves a lot of the heroes that we've been talking about so far still up for grabs. So, yeah. But with Madara already going for the early Tychus, for Odin obviously, next pick is being made by the red team, next double pick. Frontline tank, Jojo is still available if they wanted to. They go for Varian again. Varian and Anduin, so they go for the double. Varian plus Anduin, so you can go a bit deep, but that also means that I would still like them to add more damage to this. I mean, they kind of need it anyways. You can go for another melee also if you want to add more stuns to it. But Varian is the weapon of choice now on Infernal Shrines, which clearly indicates that they're more interested in team fighting than anything else there. So, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really interested to see what happens in Game 2. There's Maiev. Maiev not banned, not addressed, so Cure takes it. I mean, they must have known that this was likely to happen, so they seem to be okay with it. and seem to think that they can deal with that situation. If that's going to be the case, that's something we're going to figure out right now. Final pick for Kelsia. Again, a bit more damage is definitely needed for them. But as we are now heading into Infernal Shrines, our second map, there's a big opportunity for the red team to take the 2-0 lead and really put a mark onto this match. Falstad is the final pick. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. ACA against 30k. The Anti-Clown Association with a big opportunity. Can you imagine a 2-0 lead now all of a sudden? Now 30k starts off on the left with Legacy on Rhaegar. We got Liam on Yrel, Cure on Maiev, Caterpillar on Diablo, and Madara on Tychus. That is quite the lineup right now. I mean, if you look at that draft, if you look at that team, it is scary. It is really, really scary. Over on the right side though, Roger with Falstad. We got Mason Blaze on Hogger, got Filth on Varian, Valamar on Anduin, and Kelsia is playing Hanzo. So, big moments here. Big moments for sure. Who is going to be able to win on Infernal Shrines? If it is the blue team, then, well, it's all fine. Slipped, made a mistake, couldn't win the last one, and was like, alright, just shrug it off. If they lose the second match as well, or the second map as well though, oh, that would change things very dramatically. Now, we have obviously some opportunities here for ACA, and they've had a long day. I've been talking earlier about how, yes, they have of course gained momentum from series to series, so they're definitely warmed up. But if you have to play this many games as you're breaking through the losers bracket, it also starts to put a mark on you. You're just mentally not going to be as fit in the last series as you are in the first or second. That's just a fact. So they still are doing well here. They had a short break before we headed into the third match of the day for them. But yes, it is that problem when you're coming through the losers bracket that you are obviously going to be playing a lot more games. It's just what happens. But attacks are already coming in, so now got Filth. Trouble, and here comes the kill, and that's a double. 30k with a quick twofer right at the beginning of the game. They get a mega quick double kill and are able to set themselves already ahead and immediately take that momentum to move towards the opponent's camp and claim it. So this is a little bit more what we expected from 30k also in game number 1. Now of course this does not make an entire match yet, or neither an entire map. So we'll see how much they can actually do here. But this was at least the start that they were hoping for. And them already setting a little bit of sign and saying like, yeah guys, this is not going to be easy for you. Game number 1 was a fluke. We're going to take you down now. Taunt is obviously now ready. So ACA has Taunt available. And this is where their combo starts. Now you can try and start making some plays with that. Chaining some CCs when you have them. And just generally try and annoy the opponent with a taunt, a quick attack, a snipe attempt on the first objective, for example. But look at the gap in experience that has opened up. Some of this will be close, as they can take some of those waves that are still on the map out, but damn, this is still quite the lead here. And even if it gets close to an extent, yeah, that's an early level 7 for the blue team for sure, so they've been doing great to try and get the advantage on the first objective. Level 7, any moment now. Falstad is still at the top of the map, so they're attempting to use the global here. Then again, that fight got Filth on Varian. Has to be a bit cautious too, that nearly backfired against him. The attack still continuing here. Blue team gets forced away. Q has to actually retreat. They're trying to go for Varian again, who still has his taunt available. It's 13 against 10 stacks. Falstad and Yrel at the top, and the birdie is flying down. So they're trying to turn this into a 5 versus 4 now. And Hogger is just pogging it out. Hogger, spin to win, baby. Pog, 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 and is able to grab them, I guess, the objective, or at least get them insanely close. So here comes the play for Varian. Got Filth. Oh, and Anduin saves him. And Hogger is just unimpressed. Hogger is just bouncing around, is like, yep, thanks boys, I'm gonna take this one. He claims the objective, and even with them trailing behind by a talent, not having that level 7 talent and being at a clear disadvantage because of it, they're just claiming the objective. Hogger in that case on this map is sometimes just ridiculous. And this was probably the best indicator here. So, yeah, not too bad. So either way, with that, we now... Oh, Urel gets killed. Alright, so Urel gets killed at the top as they were diving for the fort and able to claim her life. Now, that means, essentially, that we're now looking at 2 kills to 1. A gap in experience that is slowly getting close. And the hopes of the red team to take control of the game once again. Shrug off that double kill against them in the early stages. First objective for them has also not really done a whole lot of damage or anything, so it's not like we're able to walk away with the fort getting destroyed here. But still, it's obviously getting a bit close on all of this. So now we're having Caterpillar Legacy. Yeah. I mean, Caterpillar in particular now down at the bottom of the map is just anchoring the place for the team and is ensuring that nobody is able to just too easily move in and take anything out. They are able to claim that extra camp, so that's already a bit of a win, bit of a plus. And their leading experience is again being extended. They are on level 10 already. Very early, even with Falstad on the other side, even with a birdie on the other team. And that, of course, is going to make the next objective also a lot harder to win. Because now Odin is part of the game. At least blue team, or at least the red team, was playing this smart. Not engaging into a fight, not giving the opponent opportunities to do anything too nasty. They're going to get their own level 10. Basically, right now, Hogger is soaking some XP. Over here in the middle, we see the same thing. That gives us, of course, Gust, Light Bomb. So, exactly the ults that you expect, especially since they are in need of a few stuns too. They now have the Shockwave from Hogger. And with Light Bomb, they can already change some stuff. Roger jumping out. Now they're going for Varian, but he's going to be fine. Worst case scenario would have been a Gust play, but they didn't need that either. So, yeah. The next objective, though, is going to be quite interesting. 30k is clearly a bit better right now on... Oh, well, Varian? 30k is clearly a bit better on the macro side. And now the arrow is out. Good damage. Maybe a taunt. Are they going to go for it? Got filled at the front. And Tychus is gone. Tychus is gone. They are able to take Madara out again. And they want more. They want Rega. And they get him. Falstad is flying in deep. Urel is there, wants to attempt the counter kill against Falstad, but Anduin ruining the day. Nice tether, and Varian at least falls. So 30k is not moving out of this fight with empty hands. They are at least able to get 1 kill, but it is still a bit of a numbers advantage here for their opponents, and ACA is now pushing into the shrine. A lot of ults have been used previously though. Liam, he still has his. Might have to use it here too. Still able to move out first, so he's still totally fine. Knows how to toe the line here with Urel. Obviously his best hero. Now, Hanzo is jumping out. Has his ult back in 20 seconds, but I'm not quite sure how long the shrine fight is going to last. They are really fighting for every single minion at this point. Gust is back up and ready, and so is Odin that gets used immediately. Varian gets pushed around a little bit, could go for another taunt. Yeah, uses it against Maiev, who receives the Ancestral. Liam is low, but he still has his ult, so once that he uses that, he should be fine here. Big arrow, hitting multiple. Cure in the corner, Light Bomb. He barely gets away, away from the Light Bomb, but he would have died there. Caterpillar still might. Diablo is able to survive through this though. And the Mortar Punisher is now getting claimed by 30k, but they want at least a kill and they just can't get it because Madara gets saved by Caterpillar and then is able to get the damage connected with Varian to drop him. Varian gone, ult used by Urel basically after the fight. Punisher is already destroying the fort in the middle and will easily claim it. They don't even have to help it out. It's going to take it by himself. And there's level 30 now for 30k. So the blue team is finding their strides in the series. The last battle was clutch, don't get me wrong. Multiple moments where Tychus could have fallen. Maiev barely escaped the Light Bomb. If the Light Bomb connects and stuns her, she's dead too. So there's multiple heroes that were barely able to survive. But they survived. They made it. And then the same didn't happen on the side of the Anti-Clown Association. They lost their heroes, they got destroyed, and now they're falling farther and farther behind. It is still something that you can recover from. Diablo totally fine eating up that stun. Takes it for the rest of the team. Caterpillar totally okay with it. So, not a lot of value there. I mean, I like the approach, and I also think that they, I mean, agree, they have to make plays like this. If that arrow, for example, is able to connect with more people, then maybe they can follow up on it. But thus far, in Game 2, very nice plays made by the blue team. On defense, on attack, doesn't matter too much. So yeah, they're looking great here. Now, in regards to damage, we have 20,000 for Tychus, 25,000 for Hanzo, and 23,000 for Hoga. Those are the top 3 damage dealers at this point. Good plays, obviously, also from Valama throughout all of this, with Anduin just pulling one target after another out. Could have been way more dead heroes here, if not for him. And it's not really a kill-heavy game. We're 10 minutes in, we have 7 kills thus far. 4-3. So, not like it is just blow for blow here. But Falstad still has also the ability to utilize his global, leverage it at the top lane, and go for these side lanes a bit. Caterpillar, I mean, he's been obviously doing wonders here. Soaking arrows for the team, engaging, getting some kills in. Earlier, he also prevented a few of the opponent's heroes to follow up on kills by simply pushing them around a bit and getting them away from the intended target. But we have 16 kicking in any moment. And the next objective, the topside shrine, should be announced in just a bit too. So with the gap that we are seeing here, catching up for the objective might be a bit close. They have to really spread out onto the map in order to make that work and soak experience in all 3 lanes. So far the objective hasn't been announced yet, but there's level 16 now. So the lead is there and they're immediately trying to use it here. Falstad in the middle, Hoga at the bottom. Falstad will be very important potentially for the next fight, because he might have to sit at the side lane a bit longer to get them 16. Not quite there yet for that problem, but yeah, off we go. They try to take the fort out. They want the fountain removed. Arrow, and again, only connecting with one of the frontliners. Yeah, but here comes Falstad. They might even have to gust this. Falstad not making that move yet. Here comes the gust, light bomb, and again, connects with no one. Vault of the Warden from IF saves her. Now they engage against God Filth, and he is gone. So is the fort, so is the fountain. Hoga wasn't with them. They get level 16 in time for the shrine fight, but what good does that do to you when you have no fountain left on the lane anymore, when you have just now lost your main tank as well, and have no opportunities to go and actually win the objective. This is not doing anything for them. So, fantastic situation for the team in blue. They're going to get the objective at the top, and they're looking better and better here by the second. And even time that. No matter how they want to play it, they have all the cards in their hands right now. Yeah, they're looking great here. So for the ACA, what are they going to do? By the way, one of the things that's kind of interesting regarding the low kill count, look at the stacks of, for example, for Tychus on his level 4. As I've been saying in the past, this is not a talent that you take because you think that you can complete the quest itself. You take it for the passive. But he has only been part of 2 kills ever since level 4 was in. If you actually contrast that with how aggressive a lot of the games previously were, it's pretty wild. So Roger gets killed, and that's Falstad gone just as they are pushing with the Punisher at the top. So, yep, they are looking very, very good here. They're looking absolutely fantastic. This could be a devastating push now. 6 kills, 2-3. Here's the play being made as they're starting to make their move in. And Mason Blaze gets nearly killed. But the bad news is that everybody is so low, it doesn't really make a difference anymore. Anduin actually falls, but that top keep is absolutely unsalvageable. This is not something that you can still claim. Nope, this is gonna get destroyed. If anything, you have to hope that you're not gonna get completely rolled by your opponent in that situation. And if a few more kills happen, then that's exactly what's going on. And well, there it is. Varian is down, and that is likely going to be game. We're going to likely look at a tie here with Hanzo getting destroyed. It's essentially inevitable. They go for Falstad, who has his Gust back, so he's the next one. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the end of the game. 5-man team wipe. And 30K takes the victory on Infernal Shrines and ties up the best of 7 series. GG and well played. Towers of Doom! Alright, 30K against the Anti-Clown Association, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go! Let's see what we're gonna get here. It is a tie in the series now, so they did well. They were able to win the second map, and this is a little bit more... This is looking more like a series right now. This is exactly, honestly, what we kind of want here. I was getting a bit worried after the first map. I'm absolutely on board with a bit of a closer one between the two teams. But on the first map, it really looked like 30K was getting bullied around heavily, and that would have been a bad, bad sign if now on the second map, the red team would also have come out and just crushed them. So now that we're heading into Towers of Doom, we have the first pick again for the Anti-Clown Association. You can already recognize a bit of a trend here. Whenever 30K does have the first pick, they make sure that Diablo is open. Whenever the opponent has first pick, Diablo gets a ban. Now, I'm not quite sure if it's really warranted to make it such a high priority, but they clearly respect the power that God Filth has with Diablo and all of the games that he played before there, so that's the thing. We now have Lucio banned out, Brightwing already got the axe, and so did Blaze, so with specifically Brightwing, kind of targeting our boy Legacy over on the other side, so that's another one. And, well, with that, we get Sylvanas for Roger. Yeah, so back to his old shenanigans. Roger has a chance to go for Sylvanas, and Sylvanas it is immediately. I wonder if we're going to get a Tracer pick for Cure here. This is one of the maps where he continuously keeps playing Tracer, and if they want to... I'm quite not sure if they can afford picking Tracer if they want her late, or if they would have to pick her now, because she was addressed as a third ban a lot. But they're going again for one of the openings that we've seen now multiple times for them. Liam just wants Urel. Liam just wants Urel, so he picks her again. Over and over, we've seen her now as one of the earliest picks for the blue team. And we have on top of that then Hanzo here, who gets taken by Madara. Third time in a row, I believe, right? I think so. So Muradin and Dehaka, the answer from the Anti-Clown Association. Got filled with Muradin again. You have a lot of potential to jumping around and doing your work there. And then on top of that, you have Maze and Blaze with Dehaka. So get the global up towards the top and can start to move around there a bit as well. Now, over on the left side, Cure and his boys, what are they getting rid of? What are they gonna ban here? I mean, I like Dehaka for the top lane, obviously. Oh, Malfurion. That is an interesting ban. Why Malfurion? When I see something like Malfurion, I'm not really so much... There's the Tracer ban, by the way. I'm also thinking, do they want to pick something where Malfurion would be a decent counter against it? And that rings Medivh alarm bells in my head pretty much immediately. Malfurion isn't bad, and obviously a Stormbolt into a root is pretty good, but I wouldn't really put him into a position where he's ban-worthy. So, kind of interesting. So what are they picking? If they pick something where Malfurion would be a pretty decent counter, that would be something to check out for. So Anubarak and Rhaegar are both getting picked right now. But, yeah, we'll see. I haven't seen them ban Malfurion yet. Counter pick against Valamar, I guess, but ban. But honestly, I'm not quite sure if I agree on the priority in this. I think there are way more important things, and just banning one of the damage dealers out, for example, would have been good. We get Deckard Cain instead, and we get Junkrat. It's pretty difficult to ban out any kind of role, and that was the third ban, so there's still lots around. You could have gone for Anduin again if you really wanted to. Could have gone Stukov, so plenty of opportunities. With Muradin, Dehaka, Stukov would have been an option. They go Deckard Cain, which for zone control, and CC is also quite nice. Leaves us with Cure as the final pick. His Tracer got denied to him again. And what we're getting instead, I mean, Genji could go for him once more. Already played him obviously before. Now you have Hanzo, could go for the brothers if you wanted to. Towers of Doom, final pick is Chromie. They're gonna swap things around a bit, and we are heading straight into the third game of the best of 7 series here in the grand final. Third game of the best of 7 series, and on the left side, Cure on Hanzo, ladies and gentlemen. We got Liam on Urel, Madara on Chromie, Legacy on Rega, and Caterpillar on Anubarak. So they swapped heroes around a little bit. If there is a mage to be played, it is Madara that is going to play him. Cure, therefore, the Hanzo player for this third map. And over on the right side, we have the Anti-Clown Association with Valama on Deckard Cain. We get Kelsia on Junkrat, Roger on Sylvanas, Mason Blaze on the Haka, and Godfilth is playing Muradin. Who takes the lead in the best of 7? Who's able to claim victory on Towers of Doom? Caterpillar already starting to aim. I mean, this is actually one of the first times now that we have Caterpillar on Anubarak, I believe, in the tournament. So I'm pretty sure you played him maybe already a few times before, but that's the problem right there. You are a lot more on the squishy side, and it's a very different play than going with your typical Diablo Jojo. So Anubarak can be a very big asset, and we've seen him played a lot on specifically all direct pass for obvious reasons to cheese the objective. But right here, it's an insta-kill against Caterpillar. He just gets blown to pieces, got caught there, and displaced then by Junkrat. So yeah, bit of an unfortunate one in the earlier stages. But then again, I'm sure he's going to recover. Chronic conditions for Chromie. People could argue that Chromie herself is a chronic condition and not a good one. But yeah. Shut up. Very annoying. I think when it comes to annoying heroes, Chromie for me personally ranks above Sergeant Hammer. I guess everybody has their own personal ranking there, but... Now, anyways, we have with level 4 talents slowly kicking in. Of course, also the objective that gets announced in another minute. So already Dehaka up at the top is going to play that 1v1 against Liam throughout the entire game. Teams are still looking for a few more kills. Nobody has invaded the opponent's camp, so everybody just decided to go for their own. Not making a big play or anything there. And then all the way at the top, we got Liam and Roger. So Sylvanas. This is actually something, again, Roger and Sylvanas is going to be someone to keep an eye on because of all the nice plays that he's done also in the past. Now we have the counter kill, so both of the tanks have at least died once here. We get Muradin that got targeted and obliterated too. So Muradin is now gone, and yeah, I kind of like it. I mean, again, 30k doesn't just simply roll over here or anything. They had a bit of a problem at the beginning, and now they just went in and uttered revenge. They take down Muradin, the man with the beard gets burned, and that leaves us with the triple altar phase kicking off right now. And of course, the top side camp. So, more pumpkins! Try and get the pumpkins into the house right now. Trying to see what they can do with this. Urel is already jumping in. Mason Blaze alone is not going to make a stand here. Well, he could. Not for long though. But as long as they are sitting at the top, this opens up opportunities at the bottom of the map for the rest of the red team with the help of Sylvanas to start and take some of the structures out. So the first play that they're trying to make is for the tower at the top, which Junkrat could easily take out if he gets a few more grenades connected. And, well, doesn't have enough. Hanzo? Nah, he's not gonna steal that, is he? Oh, he did! He actually stole it! He might die for it, but Cure just stole the altar. Junkrat gets killed at the bottom. They might walk away with all 3. They might actually walk away with all 3 now. If they can win the fight for the one in the middle here. Yeah, well, as I say, they lose Rega. So I guess they only get 2. But, boah, that would have been nice. That would be a great start. If you get all 3 of the initial altars, that's always a statement that you make at the beginning of the game. But yeah, did not quite happen for them. They got close. They got very, very close on it, but they're not able to pull it off. But that would have been pretty incredible. So level 7 talents have now kicked in. It's 2 for 1 altar in favor of 30k. We have with level 7 now the Holy Avenger kicking in. We're also getting the Purification. Anubrahak has gone full Carapace on all of this, and Skullcracker for Muradin, as you would expect, can then also start applying more pressure onto Chromie. Always nice when she goes for her big wind-ups and he can come in with a Skullcracker connect potentially. Deckard Cain is still waddling away over here. Yeah. I mean, he is... Okay, careful. Caterpillar, again, finds himself in tower range for just a moment. So he needs to be very careful on this. Now we have Urel moving towards the top against the Haka again, who could turn this into a 5 versus 4 at some point if he decides that it's worth it. Next altar phase is obviously the double at the top, so also there we would expect the quick exchange between the two teams. Nobody making a big play there. Caterpillar on his move towards the middle. I'm still curious to see how Anubrahak is going to impact the game from their perspective. How much they're going to be able to do here. Because I am a bit skeptical. Anubrahak is always a little bit of a mixed bag because he can make some real nice plays with engages, but then oftentimes Varian would be the better option in that context. Now, you can with a noob obviously do quite a lot, but if he gets targeted properly by the opponent, then he can also get blown to pieces very quickly. So you have to play a very different game than what they did before, and it's not really a sustained tank in that sense. So Roger at the top gets a potion or two. They go for Hanzo and take him down. Bye-bye Cure, so he gets destroyed. With him eliminated, not too bad. And that's level 10 kicking in just a moment. 4 kills to 2, so it's again ACA that starts to walk away slowly with all of it. Yeah, not too bad. I mean, right now the shots are getting fired. Red team is... I mean, they're not gonna fight for this one. It's just been too much. If they would have been able to get another kill here with level 10 and then force the opponent back, then hey, they would have probably taken the chance, you know, the opportunity. But once that it became clear that the blue team is going to fight back, with the gap only as small as it was, there's no way you are going to make that play. You will eventually have to let it go. It's just too easily defendable from that position. So each team takes 1 altar and therefore fires 4 shots. We got the Lulnado over here. So, yep, more Luls, more fun. And no surprises besides that. I mean, looking at all of the ults that we are getting, pretty much exactly what you would expect. I'm still waiting for... I want more Rocket Ride. Not because it's better, just because it's fun. We need to make that more of a bounty thing in our next bounty tournament if we're hosting one. That would be pretty good. Roger at the top gets attacked again, and well, Liam might get that kill. 1v2 and he gets a kill. 1v2 and he actually gets a kill against Sylvanas. Insane. Absolutely insane. And then down at the bottom of the map, yep, they're pushing with 4. Oh boy, that hurts. It's actually a real fun game, because first we're seeing the Anti-Clown Association slowly pull ahead. Then we have moves like the one from Liam at the top that easily bring the blue team back to business. So, yeah, I like the way that they're playing a lot of these moves here. Pretty sweet. Attacks from Legacy right now, okay. Down at the bottom of the map. Still everybody starting to secure the altar area. There's only a single one that spawns this time, so you want to fight for this one for sure. Level 12 on both sides. And yeah, the side laners have not come into play yet for this one. So they're still sitting at the top. Okay, Liam is now making his move over. Liam is moving in. The Haka can always tunnel, so he's hoping to get some extra experience for the team and maybe even escort the minions into the fort, into the bell tower. Stay a little bit longer there, so as long as he has time, he's going to stay topside. But down here, they're poking. And in comes... Oh, careful. Yeah, the hit. Muradin. Avatar is out. Nice. They're trying to get the kill. There's the lick. And the insta cocoon from Anubrahak. No kill just yet, though. Lulnado has been utilized, too. So has also been pushed in. And boy, they are with level 13 now taking a, well, I was about to say a small lead, but even that has been negated within seconds. Bronzebeard Rage. They're trying again for Caterpillar. Caterpillar in trouble, and he gets the Ancestral, which allows him to get out. But at the same time, Cure is getting attacked. Rega is getting attacked. They're all so low, and nobody dies. The altar goes over to Roger as he channels with Sylvanas. But it's still impressive to me that nobody on the side of 30k has actually died in this. First I thought that Caterpillar would bite the dust, then it looked like Legacy would fall, Cure got low too, and they just all made it out. They're always making these insane clutch plays that somehow allow them to, yeah, just take the team fight. And yeah, they did well on that. Got Filth. Still anchoring plays right now. Bottom of the map, Legacy also goes back for a bit of additional mana. Cure, still fine. Top side, yes, it's Urel against Dehaka. But it's quite the game. Acid Drenched Mandibles for Nubarak. We get 27,000 damage from Chromie now. Top damage in the game. Second is Hanzo with 23,000. And then we have Sylvanas on 19k. But it is close. Not only this series, but this map too. I mean, at this point, who has the lead? 28 points on the core. Even there, they are identical. So we'll see if they are able to get... I mean, essentially what they have to do here is try and get themselves a couple of kills and build up some momentum. Easier said than done. But the next altar phase is spawning up, and we're again talking single altar. One altar is in, and nobody is gonna get that early level 16, I'd say. Doesn't look like it, at least. Dehaka was able to escort some pumpkins over into the bell tower at the top lane, so that already helps to slowly get them ahead on this. Urel is now moving over. Dehaka is already following, is starting to slowly waddle into the mid lane though. Mirrodin needs his trade to kick in to get some extra hit points back. Still has a couple of potions he could rely upon too. But apparently doesn't really want to just yet. And then in the meantime, they are anchoring the play around the altar. So Urel is moving in. 16 is close. Dehaka might get it first for the team. Very close. Big talent spike, of course, too. And the channel has happened. They just gave it up. So shots are fired, and the red team is on 16, but they're officially down on the mountain. So, not too bad. And here comes again, Epicenter. Oh, one arrow, follow up, and Junkrat is gone. Nice. Very nice coordination. Cure starts it off with an arrow, then we have the follow-up from Anubarak, and they get the kill with Chromie. But Anub, nah, he's gonna be fine. Anub is getting out. Anub gets out, no problem for him. Urel is already back towards the top lane for more shenanigans. And it's, again, the pressure against the bell towers that is obviously the most important at this point. We're now 12 minutes into the game, we're on level 16. They want to slowly start to build up momentum by gaining some bell tower control and then really putting a number on the opponent. Boss is also still up. They go for God Filth here, who's able to jump out. Not a problem for him. Yeah, Cocoon against Sylvanas. She gets away too. And Urel is now ready to attack from the side. They want to go for Sylv. Oh, and she's dead. Gets pancaked by Urel. Got Filth. Still got some hit points. It's the Stormbolt. Mirrodin. They get the kill on Chromie, but Mirrodin goes down too. So does Hanzo. It's again just an endless kill for kill scenario. A full-on bloodbath. Each team now with 3 heroes on the map. Lulnado is out. They're retreating. Triple altar phase is active. I love how aggressive everybody is here. Looking for kills, looking for opportunities. Rega on the way towards the top. Mason Blaze is making his way in at the bottom of the map. They're already getting in position for this. And yeah, it's just nice. Kelsia, he's gonna get jumped on in a moment. Yep, there it is. So the push and hoping to get a follow-up for maybe Rega. Where's that bite when you need it? And well, there it is. But they got Kane, hit him with a stick, the old man, and Rega gets out. Rega gets out, and instead what we're getting is, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. That's just wrong. Even the arrow. That's just so wrong. Caterpillar, that's mean. That is just simply mean. He's like, alright, let's fight the one-on-one, and then he cocoons him and just channels. So, well. Cattle is a mean man. 24 to 20 points on the core. Here comes Cure with a channel, and that's another 4 shots fired. So they have them down on 16 points now. But, yeah. Caterpillar does not fight with honor. That's what we learned in that last fight. His German side is showing. So, it was very efficient. I mean, it definitely was very efficient. Mirrodin is dead. They're getting another kill. That's 8 kills to 6. And now the chance to convert the bell tower over and finally take control of the bot lane. Which is pretty much what they're going to be doing here. So, yep, bell tower is converted. Urel is still sitting in the middle. And, yeah, Liam is going to be... I mean, again, you're not going to easily kill him here. So, Liam is fine. And, whoo... Okay, for a second I thought they really wanted to go for the boss. That would have been quite a risk to be taken. And instead, they're gonna go for the fight, potentially. And that's the end of Junkrat. Gets hit by Hanzo's arrow and by Chromie. So Junkrat is gone, and that's actually pretty bad for them, because they just lost the bell tower at the bottom. And the first step towards reclaiming that is usually you getting a kill, and instead they're losing heroes. Now the boss can be taken. That's another 4 shots fired. Ooh, yeah, that is rough. Also level 20 is inching closer for 30k. Those Storm talents are definitely going to come in handy. So they are trying to retake this. They got Sylvanas, and I guess they are going to be able to do that. There's a double altar phase now coming up. Hanzo comes in, but yeah, he's too late. So they traded the 4 shots of the boss against the bell tower being recaptured. It doesn't really change the fact, though, that Junkrat is currently missing. And that we have 2 altars popping up right now that can both be taken here. And they will at least claim 1, I guess. And if they do, then it's single digits for the Anti-Clown Association. So 30k, I still am saying it's mega close. It's not like 30k is dominating this. But they are definitely a little bit ahead. Always seem to be just a bit better. More nados for the Lul nados, and the first channel has already happened. Now they're going for Muradin. Got Filth, turns it on Caterpillar, who makes it out and gets the Ancestral. Cocoon, they're isolating Sylvanas. They want the kill here. Arrow from Hanzo, completely whiffed and up to the top. But Sylvan, oh, oi, oi, oi. Bold, and again the pancake attempt from Liam. They're turning it on Dehaka in the meantime. Mason Blaze still finds a couple of potions on the ground. Cure wanted to Hanzo him, but didn't hit a single one of those arrows from the looks of it. They still could get the kill thanks to Rhaegar. So now Chromie with the timeout. Riptire is there, but it just stuns out Junkrat, and he is getting attacked, but Hanzo falls. Cure is having a bit of a tough time in some of these games, doesn't he now? That's the 4th time that he has now fallen. That's more than half of the kills against the blue team just being Cure eliminated. They at least get Junkrat and they can take their Arcane down. Now that bell tower is of course up for grabs again and would allow them a few more shots to be fired. The altar is still active in the middle, so there's a big chance here, especially if they're escorting some of the pumpkins in potentially. If you get the bell tower with a 5 versus 3 control, then 1 pumpkin camp is going to end the game. And this is essentially what they're attempting to set up here. So they're taking the bell tower, they start the channel, and that is 3 points, or will result in 3 points on the core of the Anti-Clown Association. They're going to be down to 3 here. 1 pumpkin camp, 1 altar channel, 1 boss is essentially all that you need. And there is their camp. So now they are forced to the bot lane. They're forced to the bottom of the map, and they're forced to defend here, which could create kill opportunities. This is the moment where you need Falstad. If you have Falstad in a situation like this and you can just simply say like, alright, I'm gonna gust them away, then it's just the game. Yeah, but Sylvanas is there, blows things up. 1 pumpkin is already down, so the game can't be ended here. It's just too easy of a defense. At least with Sylvanas. So yeah, no problems. Looking good on this. And now they're still trying to protect that bell tower. It's more about the control of the bot lane than anything else, because obviously they don't technically need it. It's a single altar that will come up next, and they are taking another camp together with it, aren't they, though? They are claiming it over on the left side. So yes, pumpkins are taken. Caterpillar already starting to take control a bit and zone this. top side, that bell tower gets converted over, so it's a 4 versus 4 situation. Doesn't really change anything. One altar is still going to end the game if claimed by 30k, so that's still a thing. They want to force the fight before the altar even becomes a problem, though. And, well, everybody is just exchanging cooldowns. So nobody is able to do too much on this yet, but they... Oh, this one connected. Yeah, Bolt of the Storm again used. Muradin jumps in, wants to put pressure on the Chromie. Hanzo Arrow attacking the backline. Sylvanas down. It's a triple, baby. 3 heroes down, and that is game. With only 2, you cannot defend this anymore. Junkrat has now died as well, which leaves the Haka. Yeah, he can delay things a little bit, but we all know that this is just not winnable anymore. 3 points on the core, channel already happening. Mason Blaze can't interrupt this. And this is the 2-1 lead in the best of 7 series for the blue team. 30k is able to claim it. GG and well played. Well, we're headed to game number 4 now. Sky Temple is the map. And 30k is in the lead. So they have started to take a bit of momentum here. Now, the interesting part in all of this is honestly that the first thing that happened when we joined into the lobby is Valamara came in and said, like, there is no way that Liam approves of this. Apparently, Liam hates Sky Temple with a passion, from what I can tell. Cure was just laughing, and Legacy essentially acknowledged it and confirmed it by saying, hey, he threatened to quit even. So, yeah. But anyways, now that we're heading into our 4th map, let's see what they can actually do here. We got Falstad banned out, so no global on this one. I honestly, we have a severe lack of Abathur, if you ask me, in these NA games. What is wrong with this server? This is the server that for a long time had a Cho'Gall meta, where they actually just ran around and picked Cho'Gall everywhere. They picked Rocket Ride into Deathwing for a long time, and now we're not even getting a single slug. Where's the slug? Seriously, where's Abathur? Give me that Abathur Samuro Cancer that just dominates on the side lanes and starts to take people out. Throw me that curveball. Instead, we're getting pretty much vanilla comps the entire time. The Squeal team wouldn't endorse something like that. The team that gave us, in the winner bracket final, a Stitches double support comp, played Medivh, and then also played the Vikings. That team, you know, that would go all of their way to throw a couple of pretty interesting pitches here, but instead we're getting very vanilla, straight down the line drafts from the teams here. And I'm not quite sure I'm okay with it. Sylvanas, again, picked as the first pick here for Roger. So, no shock there. Now, are we getting Urel again? Is that going to be Urel Hanzo again? Are they starting with Urel Hanzo even on Sky Temple? Or is now, all of a sudden, let's say Caterpillar saying, you know what, in this case, give me Diablo. If it's like this, then I want to have my dibbles after all. Well, apparently. So, instead of Urel, we're now getting Diablo, but we still get Hanzo. Every single time that Madara can log in that early game Hanzo, he's going to do it. They might switch it over to Cure, as we've already seen, but they want to play with him whenever they can. And now they got Dibbles and Hanzo. They could technically go Arrow into Apocalypse, so there's definitely potential there. But, well, let's go. Rega and Hogga. So, with Rega and Hogga in the house... I mean, the map was picked by 30k. So 30k chose the map. Can get aggressive with Diablo here too. With Hogga already taken, it means that they are unlikely to claim the Haka too. Which is one of the first games where they actually don't playing with any globals. I love, by the way, how Brightwing just gets banned the entire time. They don't want to have Legacy... They don't want Legacy to have Brightwing, so they just ban the Fruit Fly over and over and over again. You know, they're like, you're not going to get Trashwing. It's not happening. So, Johanna gets banned too. Trying to eliminate some of the stronger frontline tanks here. Don't think that's a problem for Godfilth. He showed quite a lot of variety in his tank choices. And here comes the Tracer ban. It doesn't really surprise me. Given the map, given that Cure really wants to play this stuff. Yeah. There's still Urel. I could have seen her banned out too. And now, what's Cure gonna take? This is another map where you could also play another melee assassin. I mean, he played... Didn't he play in game number 1? Yeah, he played one game on Maiev, and they got absolutely rolled there. So maybe they just said, okay, it's definitely Maiev's fault. Instead we get Uther, and then Q as the final pick. Could go even... I mean, we might see Kerrigan at some point again, who knows. But for now, it's still a very powerful lineup that they are running. But they want to, of course, see what is the Anti-Clown Association going to take here. And for Kelsia and for God Filth, what's it gonna be for the two of them? I mean, we need a main tank. Muradin, still a good choice if they wanted to. Actually, pretty good choice, yeah. But they go Arthas. Our Arthas plays again. I like it. Every single time they bust out Arthas is a nice game. They get a Haka together with it. So after all, they go for the triple front line. I said earlier that it's a bit unlikely after they picked Hogger that they would go for the global, but they've actually they've actually locked him in now. So triple front line, Sylvanas has the range damage, leaves us with Cure for the final pick here in game number 4. And the Clown Association could tie things up again, or the red team is gonna have multiple match points in a row if they're able to win here. Final pick for them is Malthael, and with that we're heading into the 4th game of the best of 7 series. Game number 4, 30k with a 2-1 lead against the Anti-Clown Association as we are headed towards Sky Temple. We got Cure on Malthael, Madara on Hanzo, Legacy on Uther, Liam is playing Urel again, shocking I know, and we have Caterpillar on Diablo. The right side of the map, the Anti-Clown Association with Mason Blaze on Hogger. We get Kelsia on the Haka, Valama on Rega, Roger from Cambodia is playing Sylvanas, and we got Godfilth on Arthas. So, who is going to take this one? I mean, this is going to determine quite a bit of the momentum in the series. Quick lock, is that a kill? He nearly was one. Oh, Madara. Okay, he was able to get away here, but damn. And it is a kill against Hogger. But Cure has fallen too. I mean, guys, I don't want to really just shit-talk this, but Cure seems a little bit like he is currently the weakling for the team. At least this weekend. I mean, you can have an off weekend, don't get me wrong, but he's been the one that either gets targeted the most and punished, but he's been getting dropped a lot over the last 2 days. So this is not quite his weekend, I think. So a little bit strange to see him getting consistently just dropped like this. Legacy, he also gets targeted. So the red team is getting very aggressive right now and is able to work in more kills in the early game once again. So 2 kills to 1. And well, yeah, Madara still just pushing them out a bit. His level 10 choice is something that is going to be interesting. So, yeah, we got Liam over at the top lane for now, but it's the Siege Giants that are being focused by both of the teams. Hogger is, of course, making a quick one over on the right side. I want to see how much also Diablo is going to do again. Diablo from the Anti-Clown Association has been super interesting, and in the series, or in one of the previous series that they played, it actually resulted with Arthas. Arthas getting banned out later simply because they did such a good job with it. Now, we still have the whole pock right there from Hogger. So easily claiming this as down at the bottom of the map the Siege Giants start clashing. Level 4 is kicking in. And Arthas, yes, continues again with that survivability build going into Deathlord now too. So as Deathlord in, we get the unstable poison. Malthael, of course, will be interesting as the entire game continues, given the amount of melee heroes that we're seeing for the Anti-Clown Association. And it can honestly get really dangerous. If you have Uther and Malthael, normally you're looking at Malthael and you're thinking, hey, last rites. But you can go Tormented Souls and then just drop the Divine Shield on him. Depending on where the fight takes place, that is a nasty combo. I mean, we've had in the past, when Uther was played as a main tank, you would, for example, play Ana as the main support. So you would play Uther Ana, Uther doubling at the main tank. Then you have Malthael, and you go Tormented Souls, put a nano boost onto Malthael and the Divine Shield, and he can absolutely murder people if it's, let's say, Infernal Shrines where everybody is focused on the same point. So you could do something similar here by getting Tormented Souls into Divine Shield. They can definitely make some really annoying moves if they play those cards right. But yeah, the days when we had that Uther main tank with Ana, nano boosted Malthael, Divine Shield, boy, A lot of times it would backfire and the coordination just wouldn't be strong enough. But I remember one game, I can't tell you the teams back then, but there was one game where that just won the game instantly. I think Marcel in this case destroyed 3 people by himself, and it was ridiculous. So, yeah, kind of crazy. Anyways, the push into the wall. Ooh, yeah, alright, got Filth is still fine, Arthur's is still totally okay here, at least for now. Marcel is jumping in. Careful, Kyo, you already were killed once. Has to be careful in this, but he's still poking. Still poking, still gets the damage in. Shots are being fired. Diablo was trying to take over at the top, couldn't get the shots there. So instead they're focusing onto the temple in the middle. Not a single fort has fallen yet. Sky Temple, always a map where you want to do as much structural damage as you can without even using the objective. That usually gives you the lead here. But yeah, we'll see which team is starting to break through. There is still the Sylvanas factor. That's always the dangerous thing when you play on a map like this, that Sylvanas eventually is going to be able to, let's say after a team fight, help the team to push things through. Even more dirty when you have someone like Greymane together with her. That is still one of the best push combos that you could possibly go for. Sylvanas, Greymane, and then just absolutely wreck things. Liam at the top is dealing with her right now. And yeah, Sylvanas is a little bit worried that there might be some assistance coming, because they don't have any vision on most of the heroes on the side of 30k, as they're going for the camp at the bottom. Which I guess you suspect, but you never know it for sure, so there could be a rotation coming to you trying to just take you down. So yeah, that's the next one. Madara getting attacked, Howling Blast is in, and there's the heal, or that could have been the end of Hanzo. But yeah, Madara is still fine. And now the teams are slowly working towards level 10. It's usually the battle at the bottom of the map for the bottom temple that is quite important there. With Dehaka taken late in the draft, it also means that they are still the ones that can push at the top lane and can do their top lane play. And with that I mean, you know, just get them the early level 10, push for the fort, keep Dehaka there, and then rotate him down with a tunnel when you actually need him. I mean, those were basically the plays that you would make in the days of HGC. Since then, we had actually a couple of patches that were used and that changed the meta and stuff. Hogger with a shockwave. We get last rites. And we also get the Hanzo arrow. No apocalypse though. So not a lot of bombos on this. Urel at the top, still fine. Jumps in again. Malthal is actually coming in. Ult is already getting used, and yep, he claims vision. You are still fine there. The team has already started to take over the control at the bottom of the map, so they're making their moves here in order to try and destroy at least the first fort. So far that hasn't really been played out. Urel is still at the top. Dehaka pulled around. Nice. Gets a bully play in with a tongue. But there's also now the barbecue, and I think that's the end of... last rites. Okay, okay. That was a good call though by Vodafone. If he doesn't drop last rites in that situation, it's a kill for sure. Malthael with the Divine Shield. The arrow, damn, how did that miss? How did that arrow miss? They still get the Haka thanks to Caterpillar's play, but that arrow must have snuck through just the entire team. So they are getting the damage done at the bottom of the map after they took the Haka out. It's a 5 versus 4. The fort is falling. And they might even be able to have enough shots left to go for the fort in the middle. And yep, it looks good. That's going to be 2 forts that are destroyed here. 2 forts gone and even damage at the top. Damn, that is quite the objective for the team. So they've been doing loads with that. Leading experience goes to 30k now too. Yep, and the vision at least gets claimed again by Arthas. The Filth might still be bullied around a little bit, and there it is already. Alright, they're trying to go for Diablo. Not going to be that easy though. Ooh, nice. Isolation on Uther to try and stop. Oh, and even the Taunt connecting. But Urel is immediately there. They might lose Uther though. Legacy goes down. They still got the Ghost to keep the rest of the team alive. Oh wow, army used in that situation? I don't really think that was necessary. Well, okay, if you're just trying to move in and soak a couple of the shots up and go for the fort, then that's a different story. So, yep, they're making a quick play there, and they're taking the fort out. Good on them, I guess. Following it up with the second camp that they can take might allow them to push for the top keep too. Not for the entire thing, but open the wall up a little bit. That would be pretty nice. So, Good fight forced by the red team, and it results in them getting a kill there. Not bad. And now, of course, with 3 kills to 2, yep. There's another opportunity to maybe force a battle around this. The Haka isn't here yet. Siege Giants are at the bottom of the map. They're starting to chase. Wanna engage. Last Rites is back up, so if anybody drops low, they can use it there immediately. And this might be the case with Got Filth, and that is the first stack for Malthael. Get that cooldown reduction. There we go. 3 kills to 3. Level 13 for both teams. That means the inevitable end is ready for Malthael, and we have a double temple coming up quickly. Now, structurally, still the lead for 30k, thanks to the numbers advantage. They can now move in and take the opponent's Siege Giant camp away too. There's another little lead that they're getting through this. Not too bad. Well, they're gonna get quite a few shots here. 5 versus 5 is back up on the map. There's no talent advantage yet, but they are much faster to the party. So the shots get fired, and it's all targeting the top side fort. Malthael is already down at the bottom of the map, but the red team is trying to take over here in the middle. And as long as Malthael isn't here, they're going to get this, but it's getting slowed down. And even if they're channeling the rest of the shots, then it would be an advantageous objective for 30k as long as they don't lose heroes here. So that top side fort is really suffering and is actually losing a lot. Now they're even trying to go for... Oh my god, what? They're winning the 5 versus 4? The isolation is missing, the Haka is also in trouble and might die. That's insane. Malthael is still at the bottom of the map, and now they're bullying them here in the middle. The red team is losing way too much ground. Ancestral is out. Arrow is connecting. They go for Rega, and that is a big double rack as they're taking the Haka down, and they're dropping Rega to Divine Shield. It's a triple kill. They killed 4 heroes. They won that entire fight big time. Now they can go for the boss. They have level 16 talents. The forts are all gone. The shots are fired against the keep. That was where the game absolutely flipped. 30k just made such a decisive move to a potential 3-1 lead in the best of 7 series. That one was massive. Huge play. 10 minutes in, boss gets taken, pushes for the bottom. Wall in the middle has already been destroyed, but yeah, that was a problem, and a big one at that. Now they're in trouble. They lost a 4 versus 5, and just both temples got crushed, and this is just insane. Uther died twice, Malthael once, but it's 7 kills, 2-3 now overall, and they will push for that bottom keep. They can do some more damage here. Malthael has last rights up and is going to potentially use it here against the Haka. Yep, but he gets the heals. Kelsia survives. Does he? Because Urel wanted to go in and take him down. The attention is on the Haka. Therefore, Arthas doesn't get the support that he needs. Both of them fall. And, boah, that hurts. Yeah, that hurts a lot. 30 seconds. Can they end? They kill another one. They should be able to end here. With Liam surviving, somehow they are going to go for the core, I think. It's going to be at least, I mean, 20 seconds until Arthas is back. It's going to be a 3-1 lead. It's going to be a 3-1. I mean, it has to be. 30k, they're doing such a great job. They chose the map, and you can see why. They excel here. They take them on, 10 kills to 3, 2-level lead, more than that if we're honest about it. Arthas is coming back, but I'm not sure if it's in time to defend. The core is already at 50% HP. They are looking for kills though, and they find them on Sylvanas, but they could have gone for the core and maybe they can't end yet. 37, 35 points. Godfield is back and dies again. He came, he saw, and he pees his pants. Benny VD PP. So, he's gone. That's game. That's a 3-1 advantage in the best of 7 series. The Anti-Clown Association loses on Sky Temple as 30k puts another point onto the scoreboard. GG. Game number 5, Garden of Terror, match point number 1 for 30k, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. Garden of Terror is the map. The remaining 2, if we're gonna need more maps later, would be Tomb of the Spider Queen and Dragonshire. Those are still available if it comes to it. Now, obviously, 30k really looks like they found the momentum, right? I mean, they have been doing exceptionally well on Sky Temple in particular. It was that one fight that just broke the red team. But this all started with the Anti-Clown Association winning the first map. Now, on the other hand, if they still want to win the tournament here, they have to win 3 in a row. Yeah, not easy, to say the least. Now, we get Falstad and Brightwing both banned out. Blaze and Lucio get the axe. Now, it is first pick potential again for the Anti-Clown Association, so the question is immediately, Diablo, yes, no. Are they trying to go for that or not? I'm sure that Caterpillar would love to play him again. But then, when you think about it, 30k has essentially opened up every single draft so far with Hanzo, and then either Liam's Urel or they went into Diablo when Caterpillar really insisted. So I do not think that this is going to change yet. And guess what? It doesn't change either for the Anti-Clown Association. We've seen this a couple of times. The first pick Sylvanas for Roger. Over and over again. So, yep, they're claiming it here. Roger is taken once more. And then over on the left side, Hanzo Urel? Hogger is up too, though, and this is Garden of Terror. So maybe in this case you're making an exception and go for Hogger instead. Hogger, Hanzo. Called it. Alright, so even Liam is letting Urel slide on Garden of Terror if you can get Hogger instead. He's just too damn good here. So, yes, it's Hogger instead of Urel. The rest, the idea behind it, the principle is still the same. Now, of course, the question whether or not we are going to get Diablo on the side of the Anti-Clown Association for God Filth, or if they have a different game plan for the series. Nope, there he is. Diablo gets claimed, and they take Urel. This is one of those games where you are also guaranteed. Let's say, for example, that the Anti-Clown Association now wins that, right? Let's say they come in and they win this game. Then all of a sudden, Liam would be immediately, you see, I told you I need Urel. Screw Hogger. So yeah, Urel 100% win rate, something like that. Yeah, but again, Hogger is really nice when you're going for mercenary camps too. So once that you can just like bounce around those and put pressure onto the lane, then even better. Yeah, they're banning against Valamar. They're really respecting Valamar's Malfurion. I still honestly, right now, I'm wrecking my brain if we have seen Valamar play Malfurion. It hasn't left such an impression that I'm so terrified by it where I say like, oh yes, by any means, I mean, please ban him out. But again, they really respect him here. They don't want him to play Malfurion apparently. I still find this a very odd choice for a ban, but hey, they definitely know better, so not too bad. Anyways, with that we get Maiev banned. So even after defeating Curious Maiev on the first map, they don't want to go up against her on this one. So now the double pick for Q and his boys. Caterpillar, what's his choice of frontline? We get Rhaegar first, so even more help on all of these camps, and then on top of that we have Johanna. So Jojo in the house together with Rhaegar, get that lightning shield in, get Hogger for the quick spin, and now on the right side, the final 2 picks. We still need a healer. Some have been banned out. 4 are essentially removed now. Deckard, Kane, Anduin, plenty still here. Bonus points if you pick Lily. And it is Uther. They go for Uther and they go for Genji, so technically we could now get the Dragon Blade for Genji instead of the X Strike, and Uther with the Divine Shield going full old school on this one. That leaves us with Cure, and Cure can for the first time actually play Tracer. If he wanted to, he could now play Tracer. Into Uther. With Genji on the other side, with a Veiling Arrow from Sylvanas. I mean, we'll see. I'm just saying, this is one of the first times where there's actually an opportunity for it. But they go for Mephisto, so Cure is likely going to play Hanzo again, and then Madara gets Mephisto. Either way, let's go. First match point of the best of 7 series here in the grand final of HGC 2024, the Hanzo Genji Cup. Let's go. Game number 5, sorry. Game number 5. It is our first match point. On the left, the blue team, Cure with Hanzo. Liam on Hogger, Madara on Mephisto, we got Caterpillar on Johanna, and Legacy on Rega. So, off we go. The Anti-Clown Association with Kelsia on Genji. We got Roger on Sylvanas, Valamar on Uther, Mason Blaze on Urel, and Godfilth is playing Diablo in our first match point for 30k. I mean, we called it out at the beginning of the tournament that they would be the team to beat, but it started to get a little bit iffy in the finals. First, the winner bracket final, where Squeal Team 6, who eventually came in 3rd place in the tournament, did an amazing job against 30k and nearly took them out. I mean, if you watch the series, you can make a very good argument that they actually should have won that best of 5. But then the Anti-Clown Association coming to the grand final and winning the first map, so not too shabby either. But as things continue here, we have on a big map an opportunity for 30k to take this tournament, to win HGC 2024. Now Liam, as the 1 minute mark pops in, is obviously going to immediately move towards the camps. That essentially is what Hogger is supposed to do on this map. Take camp after camp after camp. We're having on level 1 the Wave of Light for Uther, Soul Shield for Diablo. No insane surprises here, but the Furious Spark. By the way, yes, Madara has been is playing the hero. Of course, they swapped it around as already predicted. It's essentially a play that they've been making multiple times, where they pick Hanzo early. They can always use Madara for it, but if anything else is demanded throughout the draft, they can swap Cure onto Hanzo and then just play a mage or something else. So this is kind of the game plan that they came in with in a lot of these games. But yeah, camps are now being claimed. Always a question of how many resources you usually use for those. Who's going to be a little bit faster? Yeah, essentially spend time on these camps, and if you can really speed this up, then you're going to do lots of work. And in this case, we are getting some bottom pressure already that Kelsia is going to have a tough time dealing with. So Urel is now moving over to help out. But it doesn't change the fact that with the timing and the way that it works out, there is going to be some structural damage here. Are they going to take anything significant out? Probably not. One tower might fall, maybe in the gate, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it. And Kelsia got pressured here too. So that's already lots of value that Liam is getting with just that simple lane push. And they, of course, walk away with a lead in kills, in experience too. So, not bad. Top side, the same is going to happen now. That's actually pretty sweet the way that they're playing this. So, 30, look at the damage here. Madara with his Mephisto, as usual. Mephisto is just burning this thing down. But they're doing lots of structural damage all over the place. And it's only towers, it's only some gates, but you gotta respect that. And this can build up over time when you're taking these small little leads. And in this case, it exposes the topside fort already. So, yeah, that's pretty big. Down at the bottom of the map, Liam has to deal with siege giants that were taken by the opponent and is able to do it. The first seed spawned very decisively over on the right side of the map, so the Anti-Clown Association was able to claim it without any problems. Yeah. Good Filth trying to hide in the bush and anchor the place, yet those minions are having none of that. Are just continuously keeping the vision up. Top side, they're going for Kelsia again. Again, there is a combo if they go Dragon Blade. I don't really think they're going to do it, but it would be pretty old school. We're not getting Anduin's Light Bomb with a Swift Strike engage or anything like it. But Diablo is very swiftly engaging here and then pays the price for it. Got Filth, obviously, an absolute boss on that hero, showcasing that time and time again throughout the tournament. But is it enough now with Urel and the rest of the team to turn this around again, put another point onto the board and make things a bit more difficult for 30k and maybe even force, you know, that final map between them? Oh, Liam dodging out. Sylvanas is trying to push. Yeah, they're getting the seed at the top. This is obviously one of the main reasons why they moved down here in the first place. They knew that something would happen there. So very sweet rotation from the Anti-Clown Association that leads to a tower being quickly killed. They're moving back in time too. They're not taking any risks, staying too long on the lane and then getting punished for it. But Caterpillar is busying himself in the mid lane against Mason Blaze, against Urel here. As Hogger is likely going to go for the next few camps in a moment. They should respawn soon, TM. 1 minute still up on the timer. More than I thought. But talking about timers, there's the timer for the next seed spawning. And this is going to be an important one. This is going to be deciding which team takes the lead on it. Level 10 ability is obviously still a bit too far away, but taking that additional camp is now putting Siege Giants onto the top lane too. So this works quite nicely with the seed spawning at the bottom of the map, because the red team can't stay there too long. But they had Sylvanas still pushing for another tower, and they're going to be able to claim this. But here comes the play on it. Whereas at the top, Cure... I'm telling you, Cure is starting to have a bit of a rough time here. Maybe not his weekend. I am not sure what's going on there, but he gets killed a lot. Don't know if the team communication is not absolutely on point here and he gets caught by surprise. But he's been... yeah, he's been targeted a lot. Has also, to be absolutely fair, not been able to play some of his absolute top picks that he of course would have loved to play. I've been highlighting how in yesterday's winner bracket final on Powers of Doom, he's been absolutely destroying with Tracer and had such an insane game. That was incredible to watch. Didn't have an opportunity to bust that out today yet. I think this was the only game, the only map, the only draft where technically he could have gone for it, but it just didn't fit the composition and what they are up against. Level 10 abilities now for both sides. Camp still taken, and this is of course the beauty of having Hogger. They were mega fast with this and could easily lock that in. Nice interrupt as Kelsia is making the approach. So no freebie on the seed. And then in the meantime, the attacks, they keep coming at the bottom, and this is where the camp just pushes in hard. So yeah, not bad. Pushes in, try and gets the hit right here. So Godfield is a little bit lower, so therefore be careful how he engages into this. Urel came in. Cure gets the Ancestral, is able to get away. They're still poking this, and the seed is up. Hogger moves to the top. Genji, Divine Shield, and yeah, he gets out. The arrow EX strikes away just in case that he gets connected and gets killed. They used basically everything here. Divine Shield. They used, first of all, the X strike. Wow. I mean, damn. Nice escape, though. But that fight is not over by any means. The shockwave for Hogger is still up, and he could re-engage. Nobody has taken that seat here. The bottom fort has taken some damage. But boy, oh boy. Some pretty sweet plays are being made right now as the teams are trying to ensure that they're not losing any heroes. And here comes the play for Rhaegar. God filth again. It's just a dirty, dirty Diablo player. And he is making those dirty plays over and over again. And in this case, he catches Rhaegar and crushes him. But they're all low. They're all low. The shockwave, too late. Nope, that needed to connect faster if he wants to have a chance there. They nearly got a kill. Maybe they can get it now. And Hanzo is dead. So is Sylvanas, though. Oh, and Genji gets killed by Caterpillar. He got the shield glare over. Didn't have vision and just YOLO'd it out. Gets the kill. What a game. Match point number 1. And it is spectacular. Mason Blaze is still alive. Diablo makes another move. Rhaegar has his Ancestral back in a second and could use it if needed. Maybe on Caterpillar to allow them more of a frontline play now. But that fight is not over. They're just respawning and going back into that. Legacy! The ult, the arrow! And it only connects with Diablo, but Uther is dead. Godfield eats the arrow for the team and is still able to make it out here. Insane. Absolutely insane. The plays that are being made right now are ridiculous. 3 kills to 3, more shots fired. The seed has been claimed by the blue team eventually. 13 versus 13. But damn. I mean, honestly, for me personally, probably the most insane situation was when Genji was going up against Hanzo. The two of them went toe-to-toe. Hanzo dies to the damage over time from Sylvanas, who immediately gets killed a second later. Genji thinks he's safe, has essentially no hit points, plays on the other side, and then just over the debris, over those walls, over the divider, we're having a quick shield glare sent out by Johanna that eliminates Genji. Crazy. Just crazy. So right now we have the lead for the blue team. I mean, it's not a big one, don't get me wrong. They have the second seed, obviously. They're a little bit ahead in experience. This is still salvageable from the situation from the Anti-Clown Association. But some insane movements there. Down at the bottom of the map. In comes the play with Liam. Yep, and then up at the top, Godfilth gets attacked. They're trying to go for the big hit here. And he's able to get out. The seed is there. This would be Garden Terrors, obviously. And, well, time will tell. 3-3 on the kill count. It's not really a lot of kills for this game. I mean, we're 10 minutes in. We only have seen 6 kills so far. So not really kill heavy. On the damage output, 20,000 for Sylvanas. They're trying again for the channel. This time Valamar might actually be able to get it. Jonas coming in from the side for the interrupt and gets it through in time. We have 31,000 damage from Hanzo right now. And down at the bottom of the map, in the meantime, it's Liam that is pushing this out in the hopes of destroying the first fort of the game. The seed is still up. Seed is still up. Mason Blaze is scouted out. They know exactly where Urel is. They're trying to force him back already. And they have Blessed Shield. Nah, they don't have a Blessed Shield. It's on cooldown already. Early ult being popped by Urel here. Bottom fort has indeed been destroyed. So, nice job by Hogger, who's also still going up against Sylvanas here. But everybody is still fighting for the seat at the top. Which could be the first set of Garden Terrors. That's, of course, the big danger here. And then again, when, the Apocalypse! And in the meantime, can they go for the kill against Space Blaze? He doesn't have an ult anymore. Jumps out and gets murdered by Hanzo. The arrow on point, right between the eyes. That might just be the first set of Garden Terrors. Big play at the bottom of the map thanks to the Hogger performance earlier, so he is able to get them a camp towards the keep. And now that the Garden Terrors are moving in for it, that could be even a bigger problem. Yeah, until they rotate in, they're gonna likely lose the wall on the keep. The top side fort is about to get destroyed too, so it is value time. Garden Terrors on the map for the blue team. 30k is making moves here. Sylvanas at the bottom is trying to prevent the worst from happening, but the wall is essentially being opened up. And now in the middle, yep, this is likely going to do enough damage on the fort that on the way back they can take this one out too, but they're hoping to get even further ahead at the top lane where they're breaking through the gate, and the Garden Terror is still alive and kicking. I mean, this is a big one. They could get the keep here, and they might even be able to get some kills. I mean, look how desperately they're trying to go for Diablo and for Sylvanas here, hoping to take them out! Divine Shield saving Sylvanas! Uther with a perfect reaction as Madara comes in with a big Mephisto play. The keep is gone though. The keep at the top lane is annihilated. 4 kills to 3, and structurally we are having the blue team pull heavily ahead now. Heavily ahead. Bot lane push still continues, and in comes the move through the middle, trying to escort another minion wave in. Whoa! 30k, ladies and gentlemen. Anti-Clown Association is now trying to force the fights. They're trying to force some fights desperately, hoping that it will help them to get back into the game. They're trailing by a level, but it's really the structural situation that makes this so difficult for them. It's really tough. It's really tricky right now. 31,000 damage for Sylvanas. Look at what we're getting from Hanzo. 51,000. And then you have Mephisto on 42k. They're going in very aggressively because they're just saying, guys, we need to force fights before they hit level 20. And then in the meantime, Liam just says, you know, guys, you can do whatever you want. You can steal the camp away. But if you think that I'm just going to let that slide without taking your own Siege Giant camp, then you have another thing coming. So they're claiming this already. The attacks are still coming over here. And here's the APOC. Rega dodged all of it. Gets the heals out. They go for Diablo. And Dibbles is dead. Oh, it's a triple kill. Diablo, Genji, and Sylvanas are all gone. The fort in the middle is destroyed. Diablo at least is going to make it back. Mason Blaze is just trying to run. And they're going for core. They're actually going for core. They're going to the top lane now. They want to end the game. Divine Shield is out on Diablo, but they want to end the game. There's only 3 defenders, and both of the damage dealers are gone. Catapult and Siege Giants are already on the core, and it's losing hit points quickly. 30k, they want to crown themselves the champion of HGC 2024, the Hanzo Genji Cup, and they take it. A 4-1 victory in the best of 7 against the Anti-Clown Association as 30k wins the grand final and takes the title. GG and well played.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.